welcome to Movie Couple Live. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday, before Thanksgiving.
Always never knowing what day it is of the week, even though we only live stream 2 days. It can only be Wednesday or Saturday. But hello and welcome, everybody. You're watching us talk about the latest in movie news and pop culture. I'm Wendy.
I'm Dustin.
And on today's live stream, we're talking about first images from Cherry and Clifford, the big red dog.
Neil Patrick Harris joins the unbelievable weight of unbearable weight of massive talent,
and a new Guardians of the Galaxy ride coming soon to Epcot whenever they are able to. Oh, they are actually open right now anyway.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay, so hey everybody, we are so happy you guys are here hanging out with us. It's the day before Thanksgiving here in the US. So I don't know why this curtain is always like, maybe if I just do
it's a little off. There we go. Beep.
But then I look like I have no room on my side.
That's okay. I can scoot over here and you can get closer to me.
There
we go.
It
Much
fixes
better.
it a little bit. So we want to know, before we get started talking about all the movie and pop culture news, what is, if you celebrate Thanksgiving, like your favorite part about it? Is it, we all know this year is a little bit different. So we'll just talk about food. We talk about the food because not everybody's able to gather this year, but let's talk about the food. Favorite food on your Thanksgiving dining room table. Go.
Oh, one of my favorites is always sweet potatoes. Whether it's
really?
Sweet potatoes or yams, I love the traditional way that they get made too. You know, where you have marshmallows on top and like the nuts all down into them. I could just eat a whole dinner full of sweet potatoes.
How did I never knew that about you?
And you know, then of course, it's hard to say what is your favorite.
Look at these baby
because you got a whole bunch of little scragglies all over the place.
Oh my God.
Oh,
whatever.
But I mean, from mashed potatoes to turkey to cranberry to
you can't like the whole table.
Yes,
I mean, you can.
Yes, I can. I like it, and I will eat all of it.
I mean that you do, and we do too. My favorite thing, I think, in the very beginning, because you know, growing up in Taiwan, Thanksgiving is not a Taiwanese holiday. So I didn't really celebrate it at all until I came out to the States. And so my aunt was like, oh, we should do a full-on Thanksgiving for you. And I was like, what does it entail? And, you know, and she was like, well, you know, like turkey and like family gathering. So my very first Thanksgiving had like the big turkey and the cranberry sauce that came out of a can, which I was like, ew, no, get it away from me.
And then you tried it and you're like, oh.
I actually didn't like it until I was older.
Oh, really?
I hated it as a kid. I think I never got out of this weird gelatinous thing that was in the shape of a can. Like
especially when it comes out of the can, it has that.
Yeah, it just didn't like come. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't like it. But, you know, I think, though, for me, it has been and always will be stuffing. Some people call it dressing. I call it stuffing, and mashed potatoes and gravy. And like that, and like the darker meat of the turkey.
Oh,
yeah. Tastes better.
I'm a very big darker meat kind of.
Yeah, it tastes better, you know. One year I tried fried turkey. Somebody in the neighborhood, they had they deep fried a whole turkey. Ooh. And it was really, I've never been able to have it again because it's like a whole ordeal. You have to have the right equipment, the right oil, you gotta have the time, you gotta watch it. So we got to have it that one, and the person never made it again after that. They're like, no, it was like so much prep, no more. But it was delicious. If I could get it again, I would. Let's see what some of the you guys are saying about your favorite Thanksgiving items.
Oh, there's I think I saw some sweet potatoes in there.
Yeah.
I saw some
sweet potatoes and marshmallows. I love marshmallows. Marvin, yes. Cinnamon and butter too. Yum. Ooh. I made my own cinnamon butter and it's delicious.
It was really good.
My mom makes a broccoli cheese rice dish that is amazing. I look forward to it every year. Yum. Stuffing and mashed potatoes. Yeah.
One thing that I'm gonna miss this year,
pumpkin pie,
is my aunt makes these. It's like a shredded potato kind of.
Oh, what is it called?
I can't remember what it's called, but the way that she does potatoes is actually really good.
Cheesy and shredded. So it's like like an inside out hash brown with cheese?
She gave me the recipe like years ago.
What?
And I've never made
We can
them.
do this. Look how much time we have right now during the pandemic. We can totally
We
cook
should
this.
have. Yeah. And it's not until now that I'm like, oh yeah, I have that recipe. We should make that.
Well, find it, and it can be Thanksgiving after Thanksgiving. We can just have it as a side dish. And before we go on to, I see Chris's super chat. Before we go on to that though, and I noticed some of you guys noticed us wearing matching shirts.
Dun, 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 dun.
These are from Fan Wraps, and if you guys follow me on social media, which is just at Wendy Lee Zaney, you probably saw a bunch of like behind the scene looks on my stories and as well as posts. But these shirts are live now on the website. These are their newest collection. It's the tabletop gaming collection, inspired by Dungeons and Dragon, D&D. But of course, if you also play Pathfinder and things like that, it's all the same. You still get to roll for initiative.
Yep.
So, I mean, slightly different rules, obviously, depending on what system you are. But we picked to kind of show off this specific shirt because they have other shirts that have really cool graphics, like if you, for druids, for warlocks, and for paladin. But these are really cool because it's like a little dragon fire, and he is kind of like coming down on this D20.
And it's really cool because the fire itself is actually, there's a little, oops. Sorry, as I
not an earthquake, just Dustin.
It's just, yeah, it's just Dustin. But yeah, it's also really cool. Let's see if I can get it to work on Wendy's shirt. So
we're gonna dim the lights.
Oh yeah, so I'm
real quick.
Turn off this light,
and I'll kind of get up here.
So watch. If, like, say you were going to take a picture.
There's a cool effect on it.
Did you see it? Oh,
kind of there, right there. So there is this really special, cool way that they printed that there is basically a hidden graphic on the shirt. So when it comes, do it again.
Oh, do it again?
Yeah.
One more time.
So it basically shows up during flash photography. And that's really, really cool. Because otherwise, when Dustin takes away the flash, you don't see it. So yeah.
Click.
That is why we wanted to feature this shirt on the live stream today. And if you guys are interested in purchasing and taking a look at what Fan Wraps to offer, not like beyond these t-shirts, because they have a lot of Star Wars stuff, Star Trek stuff, Fallout stuff, some Naruto stuff, and of course the tabletop gaming stuff, you can use my code Wendy Lee 10 to get 10% off on your purchases. And they have a lot of, I mean, I have like more, let me see if I can show them.
Yeah, there's a lot of different cool shirts that they have.
And I also have like these, they also sell these as well. This is completely different from the shirts, but they have these car wraps where you can basically have Ahsoka as your passenger.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes with also like a little air freshener. It's really, and a little bumper sticker. It's really, really cute. Actually, Epstein signed one of these.
I think it's really cool. I think that I love it when they start getting different people into like do different ideas on pop culture on material. So like, especially with stuff like D&D, Star Wars, Fallout, when you start getting different companies getting their creative juices flowing to bring out all this different new merchandise, it's really cool. Yeah, it's super cool. So go ahead and check it out, and you see our faces. Our faces on the website, which we think is pretty cool. And thank you to Fan Wraps and to photographer Mark Edwards for conducting a super safe and social distance enforced photo shoot. It was a little different, but super fun, super safe. All right, let's go ahead and go into our super chats. Thank you so much. We have a Chris's Choice today. Chris says, time for another one must go. Oh, these are always tough, Chris.
These are hard.
Why do you do this to us?
All right, one of these must go. Popcorn, churros, or Mickey pretzels.
Oh. Okay, well, I'm keeping my popcorn and my churro. So, I mean, there's no way you would have to pry that away from my cold, dead hands in order to get me to be able to give up, especially the popcorn. Yeah. I think popcorn's number one. And sorry, it's when I bumped it, it all got messed up all over.
Well, don't touch it now. I just fixed it.
So yeah, definitely for me, I would have to probably get rid of the pretzel, even though the pretzel is delicious and I love it, but you can't get, you're not taking away my popcorn and churro. Oh man. I will have to say the same. This one,
What? People are picking popcorn?
What?
Oh.
To get rid of the, well, I guess you can get popcorn in a lot of different places, but I love Disneyland popcorn. That's actually one of the things that I like. I always get. I have to get a popcorn
every single time.
time.
The second we walk into the front area, whatever you call that area is, where the flagpole is.
Yeah.
They hit you in the face with the scent.
And buttery, salty popcorn.
And there's a cart always right there. And Dustin's like, hey, so we're going to get popcorn. I'm like, cool.
Sometimes it's more along the lines of, hey, I'm going to get popcorn. This is my popcorn. Do you want me to get you one?
I get to have some, like a few kernels. I would pick, man, I do like a Mickey pretzel though.
Mm-hmm.
And I do like
those
it.
Really
I like dipping it in the cheese stuff. Oh no, I have
you have to make a choice.
I'm gonna let the pretzel go because the pretzel, I feel like you have to finish it while it's hot.
Yeah.
And soft. And then after a little while, they might get a little hard. But I feel like with popcorn and churro, it's also a little bit lighter of a snack. Like the pretzels usually it's more of a dense snack.
Yeah, you can eat the popcorn.
It can be a meal.
And then immediately go and get like a meal kind of a thing. But yeah, and same thing with a churro. You can actually kind of like eat a churro down.
What's that again?
That's sometimes how I'm like, you just eat like the whole churro and just like a couple bites. You're like, oh, that's so good.
I will tell you. So those are our choices for one must go for Chris's choice today. Is we're picking the Mickey pretzels, but now I feel like I need to buy one the next time we get to go to Disneyland, so I can like make up for saying what I said today.
Mm-hmm.
But popcorn and churro is like essential to us. Though I will tell you the one time. So Disney, they do a lot of very creative flavors with if you want creative popcorn flavors, you go to the Cozy Cones Hotel at DCA, and you can get, like, my favorite is, the people are going to say it's nasty, but my favorite is the pickle popcorn at DCA. Mm-hmm. Like, I love
She loves that pickle popcorn.
I love it. When they don't have it, I pout. I just get grumpy. I'm like, no, what do you have it again? They're like, oh, we usually have it on this day, and we will go back for me so I can get my stupid popcorn. But they also do very creative flavors and different things with churros. We've seen it covered in red and blue sugar, and they wrap a little lightsaber hilt sticker paper on the bottom. And you can have like lightsaber, which we've done those. And they started to get really creative. They have like the hot chocolate ones. They have like a salted caramel or something crazy like that. And there was this one time that we went, and it was on my birthday. It was in a vlog actually. And I said, oh, they have the sour apple one.
Ooh.
That sounds really cool. Let's try it.
Yeah, that's right.
So we went and got it, and it was kind of like the sour sugar topping. And then they give you a caramel sauce to dip in. And hands down, the worst churro I have ever purchased and tasted at Disneyland. We finished it because a churro is like about $4 or $5.
Yeah.
So we're going to eat it. And luckily there's two of us, so we got to split it, but it was not good. Even Natasha was there because we're birthday twinsies. So we usually go, not together, but we go to Disney, on our birthdays. She happens to be there. So she took a bite. She was like, mm-mm. And I was like, mm-mm. So we were not having it. But yeah, that is, next time you change your answer, says Jack. Marvin says, what is a churro?
Churro, it's just deep fried dough, but in stick form. And then you normally put like cinnamon and sugar all over. So imagine a cinnamon and sugar, donut, I guess.
Like a nice treat. So yeah, we are for this question, we are team popcorn churro.
Yes.
I'm not getting rid of one of those.
Nope.
Don't do it, Chris. Don't do it for the next one, because the next time he's like, hey, one must go popcorn and churro.
You're like, no. Oh my gosh. That'd be too tough. No. This
is not Black Bonolala asking if this is chocolate I'm drinking. It is not. It is it's a coffee, comes in a can. It's called Rise Coffee. And it's nitro coffee in a can. So when you open the can, it activates it, which is how you see those little kind of like that, the foamy stuff. It's good. I like it. Mm-hmm. It's expensive. So it's, more of a luxury item that I get to have sometimes. We also have another super chat. I think it was from Marvin. So let me find it.
Oh, yay. Right.
Marvin writes, thank you so much, you guys, by the way, for your super chats. We are so thankful for all of you
thank
that
you
have
so
like
much,
donated super chats to us during all of our live streams. Of all the dragons in Ice and Fire or in fiction in general, which would you claim? I would go for Great Ghost in Fire and Blood. That's all the dragons in Fire and Ice.
Well, it says in Fire and Ice or fiction in general. So Falcor the Luck Dragon. That is probably one of our favorite dragons of all time. You can actually sit down, you can have a conversation with him. We've named our dog after him.
Yeah, R.I.P. Falcor.
And he grants wishes. So that's even better. It's kind of like having a genie and a dragon mixed into
together.
one.
Okay.
So
I mean,
that's actually that's our favorite dragon of all time. Now, if we had to pick, like, say, a dragon from, say, something a little bit more, like, less fun, kind of kiddie-ish, because Falcor is a cute dragon. There's
Toothless.
Toothless,
100%.
To be able to ride Toothless would be really cool.
Oh, Toothless! And
he also has like
gotta hang on because he
has if he has the saddle.
I've got the saddle that you can just hold on to the saddle. What are some of you guys' favorite dragons, whether it's in Fire or Ice or fiction in general? Great question by Marvin. Thank you so much. Game of Thrones obviously have 3 main dragons that are super powerful and also very lovable. Dragonheart, Sean Connery says Star Drew.
Yeah, that's right. I am the last one.
Drogo, I see Figment. Those are great choices, you guys. Yeah, those are really, really good. And a super chat from Black Bonalala. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Favorite scene in Into the Spider-Verse. Very easy for me to pick.
The one, he does his free fall.
The upside down fall.
Oh, that is so beautiful. There's so many moments in that movie that are so beautifully animated. And so, it's kind of, I don't know if you can give someone a best cinematography.
Well, they won an Oscar, so.
Yeah. Well, they won best animation, but I'm wondering, whoever's in charge of mapping those scenes of him free falling straight down, it is amazing and beautiful. And how you do, whoever job it is to kind of do like the cinematography of each shot, not the animation, but say, okay, we want it to go like this, and we want the camera shot to go like around Miles while he's falling.
Fantastic.
Definitely is one of my favorite scenes. But also when he starts, he's like, you need to relax, whatever you do to relax. And he starts starts like humming to himself. He's like, what are you doing? This is how I relax.
This is how I relax. Yeah, exactly. Love. Marvin says, never saw Spider-Verse. Is it still on Netflix?
I think it is.
Is it on Netflix?
If you can grab it on Netflix, wherever you can see it, it is. If you're into Marvel, if you're into stuff like that, if you're into comic books, then you are going to love Spider-Verse.
You are going to love Spider-Verse.
highly recommend it.
Yeah, that's definitely our favorite, like very iconic scene. When I think of Spider-Verse, I think of that one. And whenever he jumps over things or like throws a web and then the graphic comes up that says, twop, twop.
Yes, to make it feel more like you're watching a comic book.
Yes. And going back to the dragon question, Blade says Bahamut from Final Fantasy, Ghidorah from Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, no, sorry, that's not from Yu-Gi-Oh! From Silpher. Am I saying that right? The Sky Dragon from Yu-Gi-Oh! Care Bear Dragon Genie? Is that a thing?
I'm going to have to look that up. I'm not 100% sure.
I'm going to look it up real quick. You talk to them, and I'm going to look it up so we don't have dead air.
Okay, so let's see here. So who are some of the I'd be a were-dragon? Is there like someone who actually could like turn into a dragon? That would be awesome.
Care Bear Dragon Genie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dragon.
We have Jack saying that I love the Spider-Verse. The fight scene at the end. Oh yeah, the one with Kingpin is an amazing fight. I love.
Oh, it's like from the animated.
Oh my gosh.
I don't remember it. I actually don't remember that.
I vaguely remember it.
My aunt bought me like Once Upon a Time for, I think it was my birthday, like the Care Bear DVDs. So I have them, but I don't remember it. I saw it forever ago, Oh man. Dragons. There was another super chat from Black Bottle. Thank you so much. And what is your favorite comedy movie that made you laugh so hard?
Now that's difficult because when you say like favorite comedy of all times, kind of thing. That's a long list. I mean, from
that
movies like Ace Ventura, a movie that made me laugh just incredibly hard, not just because I was there, but because my little brother was there, was The Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah, you got a good memory about that.
I can't remember. The Emperor's New Groove has a lot of sentimental value for me and my family. But that's going to be something that I want to sit down with and actually go through some of the comedies of all time. And there's still also some movies like, do you consider like Back to the Future a comedy, or is that more of an adventure?
Action adventure?
That's more of an action adventure.
A splash of comedy?
So, but I'm trying to think of a movie that I was just like laughing so hard.
There's got to be. Why can't I think of any right now?
It's because we're put on the spot.
Yeah.
And
this is why we don't do live trivia, because this would happen. I mean, Game Night had really good moments. Tag had really great moments. Right? It's called Tag, right?
Yes, there is a movie called Tag.
Based on
where they had like the world's longest running game of tag.
Like in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are really good. Oh, comedy. Ace Ventura is great. Liar, Liar. There's a lot of really fun moments.
A lot of Jim Carrey.
A lot of Jim Carrey.
Liar, Liar was a really good one.
I would say those.
But then you still have like your classic movies, like you still have Airplane, you still have
of
the Mel Brooks films.
Ooh,
I mean, from Young Frankenstein. I'd have to say Young Frankenstein is also one of my high favorite comedies of all time.
And the chat's chiming in here. Dumb and Dumber,
Dumber.
Rod, Cable Guy. Cable Guy is a good one. Bad Moms Christmas. Didn't see it.
Oh, that's one of the...
But I remember seeing Bridesmaids is hilarious.
Bridesmaids is hilarious.
It's happening. It's happening. Let's see what else. Happy Gilmore. Happy Gilmore is a good one. And then we can just say, kind of looking back at Adam Sandler films. Billy Madison.
Billy Madison's a really good one. Yeah, there's just a ton. I mean, that's what's tough about this question is, would you put this movie on top of this movie, kind of a thing, or?
Thank you, Nikita, for the I have to go onto the YouTube.
The YouTubes?
The YouTubes to see the.
Oh, hold on a second. I can actually show you. It's like a dancing.
Oh, it's a little dancey.
It's a pair.
So cute. Thank you, Nikita.
Thank you so much.
Nikita and I are from the same agency. We're agency mates.
Oh, cool.
She is awesome, and she created this year a independent web series called Zatanna. Zatanna. You can say it both ways. I say Zatanna. Do you say Zatanna?
No, I say Zatanna.
Yeah, check it out. It is on her social media, just Nikita Francois on Instagram. You can see all the episodes there. Oh, Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Yep.
Robin Hood Men in
Mel
Tights.
Brooks.
We're
men in tights.
Tights. All right. So moving on to our news flash for today. Thank you, everybody, for all of your super chats so far. We love getting these questions that really engage, kind of opens the conversation up for just, more than just what we have structured. And what we're talking about today is really just the thing. So for anybody who watched The Mandalorian, this is a slight spoiler, not too much because it's not a core.
Yeah, it doesn't really have to do anything with the story, but it's about a cute scene that happens.
About a cute scene that happens, so it's not really spoiling it too much. But Baby Yoda got to have some space cookies. We that's what we first call them when we first saw them in our reaction/review. They are a bright blue, very Star Wars looking, and upon closer look, when you and I kind of looked at it, we're like, they're like macaroons, but not the whole macaroon. It's just like the outer parts of the cookie part of the macaroon. And guess what? You guys can now get your own version of the Navarro Nummies directly from Williams-Sonoma for a spicy $49.95 for a dozen of them.
$50.
Basically $50 because you have to pay taxes and shipping probably for a dozen.
For 12 of them. Okay, that's
these better taste like you can feel Baby Yoda hugging you.
Exactly. That's pretty expensive for some, even though macaroons do cost normally about $2 to $3 a piece.
Yeah.
Around there, maybe even 4 or 5. So I guess maybe making it a dozen is about the price that you would normally pay, but I'm not I don't know. I'm not going to drop $50.
Look,
I'd much rather buy a video game.
Listen, yes. Yes. We would like to purchase Legend of Zelda: The Age of Calamity.
Yes.
Or should I say, I think it's Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity. But
yes,
we played the demo. Oh my god, it's so good. But yeah, exactly like Blade says, I'll just buy some blue macaroons and call it a day. Better yet, make your own.
Yeah.
The recipe is super easy. You can make the frosting on your own as well. Like, it's super easy. Look, if I can do it, you can do it. Buy some blue food dye, drop it in so it's like that like light turquoisey color, just mix it up, and that's it. You do not need to look. I mean, if you want to spend $49.95 to get I guess they're official, like, because it's on the website listed as that.
Yeah.
To get the official Navarro Nummies, you do you. If it's going to make you really, really happy to have those from Williams-Sonoma, go do it. But for us who are trying to watch their budget during the pandemic, we're just going to go make our own. I still have tons of almond flour left that I can still make.
Oh, yeah. You made them once and they turned, I mean, it was weird.
Good.
When you first made them, they were crunchy. And you're like, oh,
yeah,
we were so disappointed. So we put them in like the cupboard in like a Ziploc bag. And I was like, oh, I'll have one again.
And it was all of a sudden
it was soft and it got better. And I'm like, what? So if you end up trying to make some macaroons and they're crunchy when you first pull them out and put them together, give them a day or two, like in a Ziploc bag, and they will be delicious.
They will appear. I mean, this is not like we're not experts in macaroon making, but we're just speaking from our own experience. But yeah, $50 for Navarro Nummies. It makes sense. It's capitalism at its best, I guess.
Very true. Kind of like how
market that, make it blue, and put Star Wars on it.
What is that really healthy grocery store called?
Oh, Whole Foods.
Whole Foods, when they had the water, asparagus water.
I remember that. That was
insane. That happened.
Yeah. Francisco says, at least it's not spider eggs. Agreed. That I will not purchase. They could do Kinder eggs with Baby Yodas in it. That would be cute, and that I would buy as long as there's no gross spider in it. But yeah, it's pretty awesome. There's something going on in Discord.
In Discord, or
oh yes, they're saying that there was a crew member spotted in one of the shots.
Yeah, that's right.
You know,
so
what's
anyone
funny?
who I found that when I was going through some other people's comments and videos on it, because I was like, oh, what did I miss? What did I miss? And then someone went, oh yeah, and who is this on this in the scene? And I was like, what? So I immediately went on to Disney Plus, and I was like, okay, I'm finding that scene. I'm finding that scene.
Found it.
I found it. I was like, Wendy, look.
What's funny is that we were so we weren't even, we didn't even see it, you know? And I mean, now we know what we're looking for. We see it every time we watch the episode. But prior to that, upon the first viewing, didn't notice it at all. Didn't notice it at all. But we thought it was pretty funny. All right, next up, we have brand new roller coaster coming to Epcot. This is called the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind.
Yes, this is actually the ride that was taking place of the Ellen DeGeneres ride that they had at Epcot for many, many years.
Hold on. The Ellen DeGeneres ride?
Yeah.
What?
Well, it wasn't really... Ellen DeGeneres, I mean, Ellen was like the star of the ride.
Is it like the Great Movie Ride, but the Ellen show?
No, it talked about...
how did I not know
it
was about this?
It was a ride that talked a lot about environmental stewardship, where they talked about different things that pollute the environment, and then you go on a ride that took you through the dinosaurs.
Oh, and she narrates it.
She narrates, and she's kind of the host.
Okay,
so that ride got torn out and replaced with.
I thought it was like Ellen DeGeneres, the ride. I thought like you rode through like her raise to stardom and how she got her starred with the show and everything. I was like, what, do you end up at the Ellen show and she's like, there's like an animatronic of Ellen dancing?
MK Songbird got it. It was the Ellen Energy Adventure. So yeah, it was talking about where we get fossil fuels from, and then you want to ride through dinosaurs. I have not been on this ride in... I could probably say decades, because I think it's been more than 20 years since I've been on this ride. So, but I mean, I remember being kind of bored at the beginning, and then you went through the dinosaur part, and I was like, oh, this is cool.
The dinosaur's cool.
But then, yeah, they're taking all of that out, and they're putting in now the Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh,
So yeah, these are the ride vehicles that you guys see, and basically this ride is going to take the riders up and down, backwards, forwards. It rotates 360 degrees, and this is a brand new, and you can find an article on this on Marvel.com, a brand new storytelling coaster. It's called an Omni Coaster, which is a first of its kind programmable roller coaster ride system where guests can be rotated along the ride track in any direction while traveling at high speeds. Whoa! The Omni Coaster name builds upon the tradition of the Omni Mover ride system, which Disney Imagineers are able to turn guests in any direction and focus their attention on a specific scent or element. So this is going to be really, really fun. I really, really want to go on it and see, because, and there's a whole interview. If you go to marvel.com and check out the article, there's a whole interview with one of the Imagineers talking about the ride and some of the technology that goes into it. And my favorite part is the storytelling type of a ride, where this Omni Coaster allows them to, you're going at high speeds, right? It sounds kind of dangerous
to be able to switch the coaster's direction.
But think of all the insanity that we get to see with Guardians of the Galaxy. It's fast paced. They're pairing it with loud music, as you can see on the seats. I believe there's like loudspeakers.
Oh yeah, right next to the right in the middle, like kind of what they have for Space Mountain, where it's the Mickey head.
Yeah,
that's in between the seats.
So you'll get to ride through, probably paired, synced up to the music. It's going to be tons of fun, super fast paced, probably lots of flashy, blinky, fun times.
Flashy,
blinky, fun times. It sounds like fun, and also by looking at the roller coaster safety guard thing, the lap guard, it doesn't have the shoulder one, which probably means you don't actually go upside down. So you can move forwards and backwards, and you'll go on obviously drops and climbs. Maybe at times it'll feel like you're upside down because of the way it's rotating, but you won't, because they don't have this thing, and you should not go upside down without the shoulder thingy. Yeah. So Jack is saying, so like Rock and Roller Coaster, I don't
think so.
I think maybe as far as like the musicality goes. But
maybe,
but otherwise no, because Rock and Roller Coaster moves in one direction. Zero, it was like 0 to 60 or 0 to 50 or something like that, maybe 0 to 70. And then you ride along with obviously the Aerosmith music, which was cool. But this one will have the music element as well as like the omnidirection, which is like super, super cool. I don't know when we'll get to go to Disney World again. But when we do, there's a lot of things. We're gonna have to book like a week and a half trip just so we can go back.
I would love to do that, just do like a little vacation to Florida and, actually get like a small Disney hotel.
Visit my friends. Lots of them live in Orlando. So
do some traveling again.
Yeah.
So
that would be fun.
I would love to see what they do, because they're doing a lot of work right now, especially in Disney Studios and at Epcot. So whenever they're all done putting all this cool new stuff in, we're going to go.
When the pandemic is over and we all get vaccinated, then we can go. All right. Do you want to talk about the making of the Star Wars special a little bit?
So one of the things that I actually stumbled upon for our little news flash was that they are finally going to make a documentary. Is just this little group that's making a documentary on the making of the Star Wars Holiday Special, which everyone now kind of has known and come to the realization that this was just a disaster of a production. George Lucas hated it. The audience hated it. Everyone was like, what the heck is this? When it came out, singing Wookiees. And the entire time you have if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. But the fact that they have like a Christmas dinner with a whole bunch of Wookiees, and the entire time this scene is just that's all you have for like 5 minutes going back and forth, and you're like, oh my gosh,
what is this?
What have they done to Star Wars? And what Mark Hamill has talked about, Carrie Fisher has talked about it, Harrison Ford has avoided talking about it so much. And I am so excited to see some interviews, some behind the scenes footage, maybe if they can get the support of everyone, as if they can get right now. They have all of the they have all of the people that they want to that were behind the scenes, but they want to get some of the stars. I'm thinking that they want to talk to Mark Hamill. They want to try to get Harrison Ford. If they can get George, I don't think they're going to be able to get George Lucas.
Yes, and then for clarity, we are talking about the original Star Wars special, not the Lego one.
Yes.
That one's super cute. Go ahead and give it a watch. It's on Disney Plus right now if you have Disney Plus. Super, super cute. We're talking about the original, featuring the original cast members of Star Wars.
Yes, the one that they did right after A New Hope.
Did I not hear you mention something about it was thought, or maybe it was like pitched, that Han Solo had a Wookiee wife?
Oh, yeah. And that is actually one of the rumors that they're going to be talking about, is that George Lucas did originally want to have Han Solo have a Wookiee wife. And somewhere in the trilogy, they were going to reveal it. And they decided after the holiday special, they're like, no, let's not do this. And I'd love to hear more about that. I would love to hear more details on how this went from the Star Wars holiday special that we're going to have reruns of every single year. Everyone's going to love it, to wah, wah.
Wah, wah. Sorry. And years later, they will revive it via Legos.
Yep.
Yeah.
They finally did a Star Wars holiday special, but they did it in Lego format, which is smart.
So super cute. Just wanted to, because we know a lot of us love Star Wars and enjoy talking about it. So just wanted to throw that little bit in there for our news flash. And moving on to our main topics, we're talking about Clifford the Big Red Dog. We get a first look at Clifford the Big Red. Oh, I got to take the banner off. Clifford the Big Red Dog. So this is from Paramount Pictures. Clifford the Big Red Dog is now leaping off the book pages, coming to theaters next year. And the teaser trailer, which is now on YouTube, you can see it pans over various variations of dogs, kind of starting from a smaller size all the way up to
the Clifford size,
revealing Clifford, who towers over all of them. And here's the synopsis. When middle schooler Emily Elizabeth meets a magical animal rescuer who gives her a little red puppy, she never anticipated waking up to find a giant 10-foot hound in her small New York City apartment. While her single mom is away on business, Emily and her fun but impulsive Uncle Casey sets out on an adventure that will keep you on the edge of your seat as our heroes take a bite out of the Big Apple. And this is based on the beloved Scholastic, am I saying that right? Scholastic, sure. Book character Clifford will teach the world how to love big. This is the first time we've seen Clifford in this sort of
in live action format.
Yeah, and it's not like, I think it's CG. If you watch the trailer, he looks more CGI than
probably. I mean, because when you have something that's that big and something, I guess they could have they couldn't even use a real dog, because for eyeline they'd have to have everyone looking up here. So
all the
whole dog.
They just put a treat on a tennis ball. treat.
I can see someone's just carrying the dog around above their head. Okay, make eye contact with the dog. But no, I'm pretty sure. I mean, this is also not really geared towards our demographic. Even though I grew up with Clifford, I read very many Clifford books. It's still going to be a cute movie. I think it's going to. I hope.
Yeah,
it's going to be a cute movie geared towards kids, and I'm curious on how they're going to pull it off.
I feel like the story will be super cute. I'm not 100% sold on the look of Clifford. I appreciate that they're trying to make it life realistic, but I think if you look at the original Clifford and you look at this one, it just doesn't translate for me.
Yeah.
Aside from like the red color, it doesn't really translate. And I feel like, is it the same breed?
I think
Andrew Valdez is asking what breed is Clifford?
I think in the live action movie, it looks like they just took a golden retriever or a lab and made them
looks like a golden retriever.
Yeah.
Big paws though.
However, in the in the school books, I believe he was I don't think they ever gave him a breed, an actual breed,
really?
But he looks a little bit more like a mix. Like he has a little bit of golden retriever, but then a little bit of what is that? What are those floppy-eared dogs? The bloodhounds.
Oh, the bloodhounds, or what was Lady?
Yeah,
Lady and the Tramp. Yeah. The word is not coming to my mind right now. Okay, so reading directly from after Googling is a red Labrador.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this is probably a lab that we're seeing then.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just doesn't transfer it well. It looks like a sunburnt a little bit dog. A little bit. I feel like once we see it in its setting in a movie, as opposed to being in a teaser trailer, it'll probably read a little bit different. This is only a first look, and I think against the white background and everything, maybe that's where like the red looks kind of different to me, and or maybe I'm used to because it's always been in illustration. I'm kind of anticipating seeing that bright red color, and I'm not really seeing it. But then if you painted the dog bright red in CGI, would it actually translate well? So, which is probably why they settled on that color.
Always a little difficult too. And like one thing that came to mind is, how they had what is it? This guy took kids' drawings of monsters, or kids' drawings of whatever, of a horse or something, and then they turn it into what it would look like in real life.
It's better than that.
And so you kind of get this. It doesn't quite connect.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing. So I'm curious on how they're going to pull it off.
Yeah. So we'll see. And again, this is only a teaser trailer. And the movie won't even come out until next year. And we don't even know when next year. But that is that Clifford the Big Red Dog, a first look. Very, very interesting. Jack asked if we're getting a trailer reaction for this. You will not get a trailer reaction for this because I already saw it. And there's not much to.
It's only like.
It's just a
I
reveal.
haven't seen it, but yeah, just like a pan over a whole bunch of dogs, and then you see an animated Clifford dog.
Super cute. Yeah. All right. Moving on to our next topic, you guys. We're talking about Neil Patrick Harris joining the cast of The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. What a title, huh?
Which I think is hilarious. I never even heard of this.
So, the Hollywood Reporter reports he is joining the cast, and the film is a meta action comedy about a fictionalized version of Nicolas Cage, played by Nicolas Cage.
Yes.
Super meta, creatively unfulfilled and facing financial ruin, must accept a $1 million offer to attend the birthday of a super fan played by Pedro Pascal. And when things take a wildly dangerous turn, Cage is forced to live up to his own legend, channeling his most iconic and beloved on-screen characters in order to save himself and his loved ones. And this cast also includes Tiffany Haddish and Sharon Horgan. This sounds like good fun times. I'm really, really happy that NPH is joining the cast as Nicolas Cage's agent.
I love it.
Love it. Can you see it? I can see it. Oh yeah. I love this. This sounds like, and I'm so happy Nicolas Cage was on board to play himself.
Oh, like, I'm pretty sure he jumped at it. I'm pretty sure this is like one of those roles that you like, kind of like Keanu Reeves in what is that one movie that he was in with Always Be My Maybe or something? Keanu Reeves, where he was playing himself.
Oh, right.
The girl that he was
they were like slow walking and everything, and then they were at that cafe where they ate like little tiny foods and they had headphones on.
And where they were, I just love it to where there's actors that can make fun of themselves, kind of a thing. And especially with someone like Nicolas Cage, who is so over the top with a lot of his acting choices, I think this is going to be hilarious to watch.
Yeah, this is so great. I'm super excited. Super excited to I want to see a trailer for it. And I know there's still, it's just been cast, so it's way too early. But so far I am liking the cast. I am liking the plot or the synopsis. Sounds like a lot of fun. I've always enjoyed NPH in basically everything. So this is going to be super exciting.
What is it? NPH also has a wonderful stage presence, a wonderful presence on camera. So especially mix that with Nicolas Cage. I think you're going to get a good mix.
Did I tell you my last year at Universal Studios for Halloween Horror Nights, he actually came through.
Oh, really?
And all the characters would be like, Neil Patrick Harris. And I was like, do not break character. But also me at the same time, Neil Patrick Harris. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Hey, we have another super chat from Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
Another Chris's choice, you guys. Get ready. Who is your favorite Disney character? And who do you have the most merchandise of? Also, Avengers Campus merch will be available at Downtown Disney on December 4th. That's so tempting to go.
So tempting.
Maybe if we can full PPE.
Yep.
Maybe
we will
could
wear,
go.
yeah, we'll just wear like the whole gown and get up and just.
Or maybe I have to like text somebody and say who lives in the OC and just be like, can you please pick
I am
these
so,
up?
that is one
I
thing.
could, there was one person I could text and do that. Maybe.
I'm so upset that
Maybe. We'll see.
one of the things that I'm so pissed off that COVID has taken away from us is the fact that
Our
we
jobs.
can't, well, besides our jobs, besides so many people's loved ones, which
Yes.
is a little, I'm not trying to
Yes.
diminish that. I'm
Yes.
talking about, you know, besides the fact that we can't go see movies, we've lost so many being able to go to the theaters,
Just like our
But
normal life.
not just being able to go to Disneyland, but the opening of a new land and California Adventures. We should be able to go to Adventures at Campus now if it wasn't for COVID.
Yeah. Yep. I mean,
So
we
like-
would have had to renew our passes, but yeah.
Oh, we would have.
Yeah, we would have. That's one thing that we budget into our finances every year. It's like, can we afford Disney this year? Okay. And then we just cut corners on everything else just so we can, you know, make the sacrifice so we can go and enjoy Disney where we spend more of our money. Because when I see merchandise, I want it. So
especially the merchandise that would have come out for Adventures Campus. I heard a lot of cool stuff was coming out.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to dive into some of the cool food that they were going to have, especially at the Pim, it wasn't a diner. It was
like at the restaurant.
Yeah, the Pim restaurant.
The bar. Brewery?
Pim Brewery? It was something like that.
Something like
but,
that.
yes, that is.
They have the tiny foods and the large foods.
I think the Disney character that we have the most merchandise of is Stitch.
Oh, yeah.
I think because we have
Stitch pins, Stitch backpack, Stitch hoodie, Stitch zooms, plurals. Zooms. I have a lot of them.
We do have that Stitch Funko. We have that Stitch pillow.
Yeah. Lots of Stitch stuff.
I think out of all of the Disney characters, Stitch is the one that we have the most of.
The next one I would say is probably Mulan for me. Mulan jacket, Mulan jewelry from Rock Love, Mulan art.
And we do have a lot of Mickey stuff because we have a Mickey floor mat. We have Mickey measuring
iconics.
cups, Mickey. We have, I think, there's just a lot of stuff that is Mickey.
Right. Yeah. What are you guys' favorite? Let's see. I see. Oh, Pim's Test Kitchen.
Test Kitchen.
Thank you, MK, coming through always with the facts. Jack says favorite character is Mulan and Elsa. Stitch is pretty cool. Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else.
I'd have to say for me, my favorite characters, Stitch and Genie.
Stitch and the Genie. Oh yeah.
The Genie is one of my favorites because I loved Robin Williams before he became the Genie. So I loved watching a lot of his stand-up, even though it probably wasn't the most appropriate thing for me to watch.
Nancy Zaney says all that cool Mickey kitchen stuff.
Hey,
all that cool kitchen stuff. Yeah, we try to have a Mickey kitchen, so that's where like the Mickey, the Mickey. Everybody say hi to Nancy in the chat.
Woo! My mom's in the chat.
Mickey floor mat, Mickey sponge for dishwashing, Mickey dish brush, Mickey.
We have a
measuring
lot.
Spoons.
The measuring spoons
cups.
And the measuring cups.
Kettle, a tea kettle.
Oh yeah, that's right, the tea kettle.
A lot. But there's like other things that I would love to do to like paint the kitchen a different color, but it's like so much work. It's so much work, and I don't know if I just want the cabinets a darker color. But then Dustin explained to me how much work it would be, and I was just like, maybe not then.
Oh, my dad's watching too.
Oh my gosh, hi.
It's funny, my parents are kind of like waiting for us to end so we can pack up and
so we still need to pack. All right, guys, moving on to our final story. This is super exciting. We're talking about first look at Cherry. So let me go ahead and put up this fun little graphic. So if you guys didn't know about Cherry, this is a movie from the Russo's brothers, and they will be directing Tom Holland in this film. This is a screen adaptation of the novel by the same name, written by Nico Walker. And this will be the Russo's first film after the Avengers series, like after Avengers Endgame. And they're describing Cherry as 6 movies in one, spanning from the mid-2000s to the present. And here's a little bit of kind of description of the character, the main protagonist. Sorry, antagonist is bad, protagonist is good. The main protagonist, so college isn't working out, so he joins the army to serve in Iraq as a medic. He returns home haunted, damaged, and starts to abuse opioids to kind of blunt his PTSD. And to pay for the drugs, he resorts to bank robbery. And the more desperate he gets, the more banks he has to rob. And we're going to also show you guys a couple of looks here. And this is an exclusive, these are all exclusive photos. Let me actually take off the banner here. Exclusive photos from Vanity Fair. So if you go to the Vanity Fair website, there's a great article on there, a lot of great quotes from the Russos. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of these photos with Tom Holland as the protagonist. Just look how worn down he looks there.
Well, and that's the thing. To tell the story of how someone's journey, especially through war, especially before, what he was like before, what he was like during, what he was like afterwards, and to see this progression of the character, I can really see what the director was saying is that this is really going to be 6 movies in one.
Yeah.
So to see, I mean, it's these, after watching Devil All the Time,
for anybody who says he's too young to do XYZ or he can only be Peter Berger, blah 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 blah, you have not watched The Devil All the Time. He is fantastic. It's I feel like he tells his agents kind of like, so when I'm not filming these, you know, when I'm not being a Spider-Man, a Spider-Man, put me in like in these movies where I can be just I can act.
Yes.
I'm not saying you don't act in Spider-Man, but this is a whole different side of Tom Holland that I can't wait to see. And I think The Devil All the Time was a really good preview of like kind of look at how what's the word I want to say?
Just
how diverse his acting really, really is. And this is going to be, I mean, he's carrying this entire movie on his shoulders. Like, imagine being like just playing a character that's kind of dealing with PTSD at his wit's end, resorting to robbing banks.
Yeah.
And then there's like a bit of love story sprinkled in there as well. I haven't read the book, so I can't say too much of it. But yeah, there's a lot of like if those images tell you anything, it's a very, very dark movie full of like despair. And I'm ready for the acting. I'm ready for like an Oscar nom for this one for sure. Yeah. It's going to be more, I think, contained. It's not going to be like a big grand scale like Spider-Man or Avengers, you know, with like all the ensembles. But that's what I'm going to like about it is that you can really connect with that character on screen because it's so condensed down to just a few various characters. Any other thoughts on Cherry, Dustin?
Well, overall, I'm excited. And also the fact that I love to hear when people are like, oh yeah, I read the book and it was phenomenal. And to be able to get this, I mean, to get material that people are now like, oh, there's a book? I've got to go and listen. For me, listen to the book or to go out and read it. So I always love it to where if they do the material well, it gets a lot more people going to go see or going to go check out the original content.
Blade says, so this kind of reminds me of a cross between Born on the 4th of July and Dead Presidents just from the synopsis. Justin says, I know what you mean. I don't love Spider-Man Homecoming or Far From Home yet. Yet I still think Holland is the best Spidey so far. Agree with that. And I love seeing him do more serious stuff. Yeah, this is like super, super exciting. I know this was definitely a passion project from the Russos where they really, really connected with the book. And I believe the book is based on from Cleveland, Ohio, where they're both, I believe the Russos are also from Ohio as well as the writer. So there's a bit of, I think that's what it was said in the Vanity Fair article. So go ahead and check that out if you will. Andrew says plot-wise reminiscence of the Hurt Locker.
Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah. Oh, dark. Super dark.
Then you've got some really.
I mean,
dark
if you couldn't tell from the photos that it's going to be dark, you have been warned. Justin says the best movies featuring Holland's Spider-Man were Infinity War and Endgame. Honestly, yeah. And Alex says yes, the book's just absolutely insane. It's so raw and unfiltered. I can't wait to get into it. That's like a daytime read. That's not a let's read before you fall asleep book. That's then you have bad nightmares and things like that. So I can't wait to kind of hear more about the film, to know more about the film. I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to time reading all the books because I downloaded Dune. I downloaded the Chaos Walking books, or just
Mhm.
just book one, The Knife of Never Letting Go. I'm finishing up Lovecraft Country. I downloaded Cherry. I just got to figure out, because I can't do all 3 books at once.
Yeah.
Especially not with Dune. Dune is like, it needs its own special time where I
Very true.
absorb
Very
all
true.
of it by itself.
And something else that kind of is sparking a little bit of interest in me is the fact that the Russo brothers like you said, haven't done any movies since
they've produced
Endgame.
yeah they've produced movies.
They did
like
a commercial.
They did a commercial, featuring somebody that you may know. They've produced various films through their production company ABGO. Like,
but they actually haven't directed anything.
Yeah, they haven't directed anything. So, I mean, don't you feel like you also want a break to kind of recalibrate or anything like that after all the Avenger films? Like,
well,
that's
they did.
A lot.
They also did, Winter Soldier. Then they did Infinity War, and they did Endgame. So those are 3 big productions, to where it's not just the fact that you're having a ton of money to deal with and you have to produce this huge blockbuster of a movie, but the fact that you're also going to have a lot of criticism, and you're probably going to get a lot of, if you don't do it right,
for this movie,
you're going to get a lot of fans
for those movies.
For those
movies.
Right, you have a lot of pressure on you. So it's probably nice to be kind of like, we're going to take a few years off, take a step back from all of this craziness and publicity, maybe do some commercials. And then what they do is like, okay, now we're going to do something that's a little bit more meaty. Something's a little bit deals with, that's more of an actor's movie kind of a thing.
Where is Justin's super chat? I see it pop up. There it is. We have a super chat from Justin. Thank you so much, Justin, coming through with the super chat. Thank you so much. Have you guys watched Queen's Gambit on Netflix? It's surprisingly great. I recommend it, especially with Anya Taylor-Joy or Anya Taylor-Joy. So I want to say Anya, but I know it's Anya.
Anya Taylor-Joy.
About to take the world by storm next year with 3 highly anticipated films. No, it is on our watch list. I think we'll probably get into it. We'll probably use this weekend to get into it. We saw the previews. We've seen various videos. She is a phenomenal actress. Ever since the first time I saw her in The Witch. She's really, really fantastic. She can, very transformational. She can really tackle any role. Yeah. And I just enjoy watching her act, watching her perform. She really, really gets into it. So The Queen's Gambit, I know everybody's talking about it. It looks like a really freaking fantastic series. So we definitely will be getting into that. And let's see. Yeah, even MK here in the chat, everybody's loving it. Your mom's seen it.
Oh,
love Queen's Gambit. She's cooler than we are. She's literally cooler than we are right now because she's already seen it. MK says Queen's Gambit is phenomenal. The cinematography is on another level. Agree with that. And Justin says she's great in The Witch and Split and even Glass. Yeah, I know, highly controversial, like unpopular opinion. I did like Glass. I enjoyed it. For what it was. She's great. She was great in the New Mutants. Loved her as Magic. Would love to see her again as Magic. I don't think that's going to happen again.
Though,
but
not
I really
with what
liked
happened
her.
To the New
I
Mutants.
really liked her in it. So yeah, that's on our watch list for sure. That we're definitely going to watch whenever I'm not hogging Netflix to watch my K-drama, which I finally just finished. The King Eternal Monarch. Oh, up until not yesterday, but
it is really funny. And enjoyable and cute to watch Wendy watch her K-dramas, because she's sitting there and she'll be sitting on the couch leaning forward over the what is it? What are those called?
Trays.
The TV trays, and she'll just be like, and her eyes do not move from that screen. Because
you have to pay attention to their expressions, and you have to read the captions. So I can't blink.
She doesn't blink. She doesn't move. She is intently focused on that K-drama, and it is super cute.
Ramen.
While she's eating her spicy ramen.
Yeah, it's good. It's good stuff. I've heard of the King Eternal Monarch. I have many friends who are into K-dramas, even though I myself haven't made the leap into watching it yet. I will likely someday, though. I will say, Crash Landing on You is fun.
I saw some of that.
It's really, really good.
That was such a ridiculous kind of.
Oh, because the storm took her to the side of North Korea.
Someone who was parasailing close enough to.
You know what's funny with K-dramas?
Korea?
They do this a lot. They a lot of times, not always, a lot of times they'll start you with very light and fun, character introductions and things like that, like kind of it's like lighter, fluffy, lighthearted. And then like by like episode 2 or 3, all of a sudden you're like into the heavy stuff, and like the character's crying, you're crying. It's like Itaewon Class where you're like, oh, this is happening. And later I was like, ah, did you see? That's the, you have to watch this. You have no idea what's happening, but you're gonna watch it anyways. Yeah. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us on this awesome day to hear us talk about Clifford the Big Red Dog and about Cherry. Very, very exciting. We will be back on Saturday for another live stream, probably back to its normal time. Sorry that this one was a very last minute time change, because I kind of forgot all about like, hey, if you do like 2 to 3 live streams, it's not going to work for the rest of the plan that you have for the rest of your day. Our
schedule's not going to quite work.
Where Dustin was like, hey, did we? I was like, no, we didn't. So sorry. So we're so glad that you guys are all here. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, chatting with us. Thank you to everybody who donated via Super Chat. We love all of you.
Thank you so much. It's because of you guys that we're able to keep going with all of this stuff.
Yeah, seriously.
Thank you. We highly
thank
you so much for all of your donations and all of your Super Chats.
All of your Super Chats and all your support on this video, which while you're at it, if you're watching this video, give this video a big thumbs up. Navi would like it because she will not.
Like it.
Navi will like it. Give Navi a thumbs up. Don't give us a thumbs up.
Hi, everybody. She's like, Daddy, what are you doing to me?
So cute. Oh, boo-boo.
Okay. Don't worry. We'll play with you in a little bit.
Yeah. She's like, I'm
bored. We're going to be packing you up.
I'm bored. All right, you guys. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving if you celebrate it. Be safe. Eat well. And we will see you on Saturday for the next live stream.